Reached out to me, said make a theme song for my show. Said alright, just give me all the details, man. And my homie says he don't know. Well, if you're gonna pay me big bucks, cause I might should have something to say. He said, you know what I bring, I'm the customizing king, nothing else matters anyway. So is he gonna have guests? I don't know. Is he gonna go live? I don't know. What time will it be? What will you see? I'm pretty much in the dark, but I can guarantee he'll be customizing action figures, getting paint all on his fingers. It's art by Ackerman. It's art by Ackerman. Tips and tricks and conversation, sharing his gift with every nation. It's art by Ackerman. Art by Ackerman. You best get ready, cause now it's time for Art by Ackerman.
I don't know. Will he have guests? Will he go live? The answer to both those questions is yes, because we've got Jesse Arnold here. We are live. We're going to have some fun. Jesse, how you doing, sir?
I'm here. I'm doing good. I'm excited to play with some toys. I've had these sets set off to the side for a couple of weeks now. And I'm like, I want to play with these, but I don't want to get any of the parts mixed up. So
very nice. Well, I know you got a busy weekend. You've been doing your little ZoloCon tour. You just got off of SDL. You got Latin Legions tomorrow. You got our show. We're going to be talking about ZoloCon. It's a ZoloCon extravaganza.
It's a mini gauntlet or some fingerless gloves, if you will.
Very nice. Very nice. Well, welcome folks that have tuned in live. Anybody that's watching this on replay. We are going to have some fun today. We're going to do a little pop and swap, little play date, me and Jesse. So, not too long ago, I did one of these with Jeffrey Evans, where we kind of swapped some cosmic sets that have a lot of just extra parts. And I love anytime that you can get, whether it's a figure or a deluxe figure or a set that has extra stuff in it. I just absolutely love it because it really helps to remind you that these things are modular. These Mythic Legions are meant to be kind of mixed and matched. And, you can get extra stuff. It's like a customizing dream when you get all this extra stuff with it. So wanted to do one with Jesse and was like, what would be some good sets to do? And I thought, what doesn't get enough love are the 2.0 sets in the tactics or War of the Aether Blade. I know there was two different kind of campaigns for that, but those deluxe figures that are the 2.0. So I talked to Jesse, said, hey, would you like to, play around with these and do some swapping? And he said, absolutely. Oh, no. He said, no. He said, no, you have to drag me kicking and screaming. So that's what we're going to do today. So first, I'm going to just call out the folks in the chat. We got Dub3 out there. We got Kevin McCoy. We got Kevin Maboots. We got two Kevins back to back. Maboots says these are his favorite sets. So there you go. That's cool. Evil Stick is out there. We got this guy. I don't know. What's that? He's shrugging. I don't know. We got Guaisagwe Echevarria out there. Andy the Collector. Michael Morales. Qjack 640. Quajack 640. Quack. It kind of looks like Quack, but it's all right. Benny Torres is out there. We got Hedgehog in the house coming right off of Saturday Live. If you missed that, folks, tune in, check it out. Go back, watch the replay because it was a good one today. It's a good one all the time, but they had some really nice guests on there that were showing some of their stuff for ZoloCon. We got Survivor Based out there. Jen Siak is out there. Grizzly Horn, and he says it's Q-Jack, so not Quack. All right, there you go. And the F. Graysons are out there, and Chris Johnson just popped in. So thank you for everybody that's jumped in live. Anybody watching replay, we are going to have some fun. So first, let's kind of look at what we are talking about. So these figures were part of the video game campaign that they were doing when they did it. They did a Kickstarter, and along with the game, there were some other things that you could get into. There was a Attila Gorgo 2-pack. That's a really great 2-pack. If you don't have that, check that out, because it's still, you can find it for about $100, and it's 2 of the main characters of the line. So really, really cool stuff. But there were also these 4 deluxe packs. There was a 1.0 male, and then there were 3 2.0 sets. And that's what we're going to look at today, is these 3 2.0 sets. So the first one here is the 2.0 female elf. Yeah, Jesse.
Can I interrupt real quick? It looks like someone hit the like button because Trevor is here.
Oh, yep. Trevor did show up. No, it is not Sunday yet. It is Saturday, and we are popping it, and we are swapping. We may lock. We don't know. Joe Gonzalez is in the house. I think he's still at work. So appreciate you joining in. And TW is here. So yeah, female orc is awesome. So this is the female elf. You can see with this set, you get a standard figure, you get extra heads. If you got in on the early campaign, the tactics, you actually got 5 heads. The ones that came later on in the second wave only had 4. So you got an extra bonus one by being in the early Kickstarter. So 5 heads, you got the figure, you got a couple different pauldrons, an extra torso, you got a bunch of accessory, bunch of weapons. Really cool set here. Then you've got the female orc set, and man, this thing's probably my favorite 2.0 anything. It's 1 set of legs away from 2 full figures. It is really nice. So once again, this was from the tactics. So it's got the 5 heads instead of 4. You've got, the extra torso, you got a bunch of weapons. Just really loaded out. And then this one is called the male elf deluxe pack, but really it's a female 2.0 accessory pack, because who wants 2.0 males? Come on. I'm body shaming right now, and you should not be a 2.0 male. So all of these parts are going to be used in my collection to make more females, because we need more females. So there you go. Jesse, what are your thoughts, not only now, but like when these first came out and you saw these and you saw all the stuff that it comes with? What are your thoughts on these sets?
Well, I was I was fairly new to Legions, and I missed out on the initial Kickstarter, and I don't think I was able to pre-order any of these through the actual Kickstarter, or the Forge, whatever they were called, the different things.
Forge founding, yeah.
I got the Attila and Gorgo 2-pack initially, and then when I realized what these other things were and got more into the collecting, I was like, oh, the Zylonis flock is my favorite faction, so I got to chase the elves down. And I'm like, well, orcs, you got to have more orcs. So I initially got 1 of each of the sets. I think they were all the standard versions, not the bonus head ones, and they were a lot of options. It was still early enough on where it's like, well, all right, I've got this extra body and stuff, like you said. It's almost a set of legs away from being another figure in the female orc set. And I was like, all right, well, I'll start a fodder bin. So these were some of the earliest parts in my fodder bins from these extra things that I have now been able to use on things. But yeah, I love the color schemes on these. The options are cool. I have since gotten the alt head ones, and I just really love everything about these sets.
Yeah, I mean it's just loaded with extra stuff. I mean, the weapons alone are cool, but having those extra body parts are always golden. So what I've done is I've taken these 3 sets and I've broken them down completely. And this is kind of what that looks like. Now, this isn't even all of it. There's another slide that I believe it's at the end here. Yeah, that has some extra weapons. So that's not even, there's these weapons here and a couple shields and stuff. And then you've got this picture of all of this stuff. And actually, I think we're gonna have to move us over to the side because we can't see all of that. So, you know, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 heads. You got several different colored neck pegs. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 torsos. The only real like log jam here are the legs. You've only got 3 sets of legs in the 3 packs. If you had one more set of legs, you could easily make 4 figures. But that's kind of the log jam. So if you were to get these 3 and just do like I've done, where you've torn it all apart and you're going to mix and match, the most you can make with this would be 3 figures. But if you can find one more set of legs, now you can crank out a 4th. So just FYI. So, man, just a lot of stuff here. There's a lot to play with. So what we're going to do is we're going to get into it. We're going to start popping and swapping. I will pull up some of the individual parts and show as we're going through there. I usually start with the feet. What about you, Jesse? If you're like doing something like this, and you got all these parts out and you don't have kind of a vision of where to go, you're just playing. Do you have a place that you start, or you just kind of, I don't know, how do you do it?
I'd say I'm chaotic neutral on this. Like if I don't have a specific thought in mind, if I'm looking at all the parts laid out, like it depends. If I'm looking at the feet or the boot pieces, like I might start there if something starts to tickle an idea in my head about like what a character or build might be. But yeah, I don't have a designated start point unless I have a specific character I'm trying to create in mind.
Normally, I would start with the lower body anyway, but I think it's even more so on this one because we only have 3 sets of legs. So, you know, I think I'm going to start with that. And then that way, when I get further up, I've got more options to kind of choose from. So let me pull this down. And then as we're kind of popping and swapping, putting this together, I did want to make note, these are still available. Now, they don't have the ones with the bonus heads, but they have the male orc, which we haven't shown here. That's the 1.0. The female orc, which we did show here, and the male elf are all available at Wolf King Customs. They are $69.99 each, and each one of those comes with a bonus head. Nice. Now, Len didn't tell me that. I texted him and told him, hey, I'm telling people it comes with a bonus head. They buy it today. So if you go to Wolf King Customs right now and buy it, you're going to get a bonus head. I already made that promise. But as somebody mentioned, they are still available also on Big Bad Toy Store. They are $5 more, no bonus head, but you can get the female elf that is not available at Wolf King Customs. So while we're popping and swapping, if you need these figures, that's where you can go get those. All right. So what do I want to start with? I think I'm going to start with the bare legs. Yeah.
I'm going to pull this up. Trevor said, shameless plug, he's got some of them available with the bonus head. So,
oh, there you go.
Yeah, he has some figures up on his Facebook post.
I'm guessing that's in the Cabal.
It was on Facebook.
Okay.
I saw it.
Okay.
Trevor, you're in the chat. You can fill us in. So what are you starting with?
Jesse's not selling your figures for you, Trevor. You got to do the work. Come on.
I want my cut, Williams.
All right. I'm starting with the female. Well, I'll let you kind of get started on there because I've already got some that were done from when I first got these sets, and I will show those. That way they're not watching us both swap at the same time. Okay. So as I said, when I got these, I knew that male elf was just going to be fodder for more females because I just didn't have, at the time when these came out, there just wasn't a lot of females available unless you went and bought, stuff off of eBay and spent a bunch of money. So I knew that these were going to be used to build out more females, and that's what I did. So first one I'll show, this is the female elf that I put together. And, these are all parts from that set there. So really cool figure. I like just the kind of different colors on there. You've got a couple different greens. I like this like like light tannish belt with the quiver that matches it on the back. Yeah, just cool little figure. So there's one. Now, I know Jesse was already kind of saying that some of these became like extra parts for later on. So this is one that I built that I really was happy with. I loved. But after I built this, I needed her feet. So these like leather boot things, these don't come in this pack. But at one point I was making a custom. I was like, man, I need bear orc feet. Where am I going to get them? And so I stole them from this one on my display, and I gave her these leather boots. So everything besides that, everything else you see on this build can be made with the parts in here besides the feet. But I did take the lower abdomen of a different like armored torso and then put it with the like bear one up top, because I don't like that bra look. Let's see this. I don't like this look here. I just feel like that's a very unrealistic, for somebody to just wear that like armored bra and nothing else. So I usually like to try to take that top piece and then pair it up with like an armored abdomen like this here. So still maybe not the most realistic, her thighs are out, still got the upper part is all, not covered, but I just feel like that looks a little bit more realistic than the other.
I'm going to throw this out there if I can real quick for anyone that wants to debate the realism thing. Was it the Picts or the Celts or some sort of ancient tribes? They would go into battle completely naked. Now, was it practical? No, but did it scare the crap out of their enemies? Because like, oh crap, they're running at us with all their junk hanging out.
Mm-hmm.
So like there is historical precedent for it.
I would argue that I think that is more realistic to be completely naked than it is to just armor your bra. So it's like not armoring at all is like, hey, I have no fear, I'm just going to go at it. But just armoring that one section says, this is the only part of my body I care about. So
fair enough.
Yeah. But then I also did this one, which is kind of the reverse of that last one. So this one, like you've got the bear, abdomen with the armored top. So it's just kind of reverse of that other one. But yeah, so I got out of the 3 packs, I ended up making 2 female orcs, 1 female elf, no male elves, because come on, 2.0 males. We don't do that in this house. So those are the 3 that I initially created the first go round. So now I'll go ahead and get started on the ones that I'm doing here. And I am starting with the orc bear legs.
Well, since you said you were going to start with the orc bear legs, I also decided to start with the orc bear legs, and I'm almost done popping this figure together. It's not going to be quite what I wanted it to be because those colors don't match, but I just want to let everybody know I don't live in Curtis's house.
Yeah. Otherwise, we'd be on the same camera.
Well, that would be awkward. I mean, not that it's awkward when like you or if your kids pop on or if Darla pops on, but like I think both of us sitting together on the same camera would be a little awkward.
Joe says hard to fight with those girls bouncing around.
I mean, I wasn't gonna say it, but I was thinking. I mean, look, if Red Sonja can run around with a chainmail bikini on, I think
underrated movie, by the way.
Yeah, it's not bad.
I might take some heat for this, but I actually think that Red Sonja is better than both Conan movies.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Sounds like Curtis is trying to pick some fights over here.
I'm not trying to, but I just think it's overall a better movie. So I even think Arnold's better in that movie than he is in the Conan movies.
Gotcha.
So
I have not watched any of them in a while. In my mind, they're all pretty. I would say Red Sonja and the first Conan, is it the Barbarian? Those two I'd say are pretty close. Is it Conan the Destroyer or whatever the second one is kind of a mess. I still enjoy it, but
I think it's because of the kid, like, you know. I think that's what does it for me. Just that little smart ass kid I like in the Red Sonja, where she like has to like give him a spanking, even though he's like acting all tough, like he's like the, you know, the king or whatever, and he's, you know, wants everybody to treat him like, you know, he's the utmost authority, and then he just gets his ass beat. I love that kid. All right, I'm gonna be using my heat gun, so I am going on mute for a second, but Jesse has got you guys.
All right, I have putting the last weapon in here real quick now. I usually put a belt on first, but I didn't. Since Curtis doesn't like having the 2.0 males, I figured I'd just start off with a 2.0 male. I'm gonna embiggen myself, Curtis, while you do your heat gun. So here it is. It is the elf male torso, the alternate torso that comes with it, on the female legs with the female arms. And I just
like
kind of
that
made a guns out, thighs out, feet out elf swordsman.
It looks, I mean, I know that's a different color, the face from the arms and legs, but it actually looks pretty close from here. How does it look in person?
It's definitely a lighter head. Like, you know, if you watch like the news and you see a behind the scene shot and you see like the actors might be more tan in real life and then their face is really pale, it almost looks like really pale makeup. So, you know, if I had one of those,
is there enough armor between like the arms and the head to where it looks like it might work?
For the most part, you know, I mean, you got the neck is green. If you use one of the other, if you use one of the like metallic neck pieces, do any of these have the metallic neck piece?
Yeah, there's one metallic neck piece. Everything else is either
on the
brown, Caucasian, Whisperling, or orc. But there is an orc neck piece.
That's what I used. It is the orc neck piece. So it's the darker green.
Oh, there's a Whisperling one too. There's a light green one.
Yeah. So I mean, if you put the light green one on, it probably wouldn't look as bad. And even then, it's not super noticeable unless you know what you're looking for. But if you had, again, it's not in the set, I don't think. But if you had one of the like the little choker collar pieces that come with like the goblins or something, if you wanted to make this, because I used, you know, you're using all the more jaggedy armor, so he has a little bit more of that evil armor look to him. That spike faced collar piece would look pretty cool on there, or, you know, just use this Whisperling head. But I just wanted to see what a stripped down, at least male 2.0 would look like without an official bare torso at this point.
Joe says Red Sonja fights Arnold to a standstill and an orc bra is unrealistic. Shut up, Joe. Women can be tough too. Vine Jungle Figure Factory. Do I have February 27th through March 1st a free afternoon? Possibly. Get you in the Halloween trade show. It's pretty amazing. Yeah, that would be actually kind of cool. Yeah, let me know. Maybe on the 31st. The rest of that's during the week, but the first may work. Yeah, hit me up. That'd be cool. All right. So I have got my legs together, my lower legs, and now I'm going to work on which one do I want for the orc for. That's too elfish with the leaf. How's this one look? It's not too bad. That's still a little Xylona-ish. So I've got this one, this spiky waist one, the just single belt job, or this guy. I could use those three, which actually I think I've got a picture of those. Here we go. That'll be easier. All right, let me take a look. So these are my options. I think because she's got a little bit of that like copperish look around her ankles. So I think I'll go with that. That bigger, spikier belt one. And then, yeah, probably one of the two loin pieces that have like that spiky look as well. Here, right there. Thank you. Darla just brought me some hot water. That was nice. Yeah, please. Thank you. All right. So, got one of these two.
It's a good idea. Hey, sweetie, can you bring me some hot water? Oh, right. I live alone.
You just got an awe from Darla. Let's see. So sometimes here it's just like playing around and kind of seeing what works. Like, do I want this one with the like little belt, or pop this one on with the longer one on the sides? I think I actually like that little one. I think I like this one. So yeah, that's not bad. All right. Now let's go to torsos and arms.
All right. If I ever go quiet and just make nods at the cameras because I'm using my hairdryer.
Oh, okay. Thought it was you sending signals to your sweetie to get you some water. So
no.
All right. So what do we have here? I like mixing these up with a different abdomen than the top. Just to kind of
that's always
it up a bit.
I like that too.
So I think I'm gonna go with the copper one. This copperish look one, and then go with the bare upper part. I think that'll look cool. So let me drop that in the hot water. And then what kind of arms do I want with that? I could go with the bare arms. Maybe I go one bare arm, one armored arm. That'd be kind of cool. I might do that. So we'll go with we'll go with one of these. Maybe this one. Yeah, I think the darker. Well, wait a minute. Let me look at the shins. Oh, no, I'm going to match this to the shin. So I'm going to go with one armored one here, and then a bare arm on the other side.
Chris, looking forward to seeing you at MesquiCon as well.
Yeah, that'll be fun. I didn't hear you say Chris. I thought you said Curtis for a second. I was like, oh, that's weird. Yeah, that's all right. You don't have to want to see me. It's cool.
I do. I've said that. I mean, not currently, but I mean,
all right. I tried to put an arm in there, and I almost like knocked my finger off. So I got to throw that in some water. Let's see. America Center, 10 to 5. Message on Instagram. Sounds good. Just let somebody out of the basement to get you some hot water, Jesse. That's what's from Andy the Collector.
Yeah, I don't have access to the basement, Andy. I cannot do that. I just put...
Let that be a lesson to any of you folks. If you're ever locked in his basement, just tell him, hey, I'll get you hot water. I'll get you all the hot water you need, Jesse. Just let me out. Okay, this is looking a little funky. I'm gonna be honest. This is looking a little funky. Let's see. So I'm not sure about that, but we'll pop that on there and see. But it's interesting. We'll say that. Now I get this on here. May want to switch to this other waist that's the longer one. Actually, may want to switch to. No, that's too dark. I think I want to go with this one. So a lot of this is just kind of playing around, putting stuff together, seeing what you like, seeing what you don't like. Throw a strap on this. Hey-o. No, I didn't say strap on. I'm just like a belt. Come on, folks. Get your mind out of the gutter.
Why are they in the gutter?
Exactly. Oh, wait. Let me remove that. So this is kind of where I'm at right now. So I figured I'd throw that belt on there so that the armored arm and pauldron have something to attach to, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know if that makes sense, but go this way. There we go.
I will now share one of the hazards of pop and swapping. I enjoy it. I'm usually not trying to be this quick with it. So applying heat, pushing, I have broken the seal on the glue on this elbow pad on this piece. Fortunately, I mean, it does peg in there, so it does sit, but yeah, it's just a little bit of super glue and you're good to go.
A good point to make on those, though, is that even though that's not a kind of pop and swap intended part, that is a piece that will come out with enough heat. And if you wanted to switch out that elbow pad for a different one, you could. So,
yeah, like these, I believe all of these figures came with the same shaped elbow pad, but there is the evil one has the more jagged edge. I don't think that's on any of the figures in these sets.
Yeah, man, I think I might like that now that I put the pauldron on it. I think let's pull this down. I think that's actually starting to work for me. So
oh, nice. Yeah.
So it's coming together. Collectible Fun joins the chat. Hey there, how's it going? Let's see. Andy the Collector, the green and brown torso with the Lady Averona arms and lower half would be good for a female orc. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that Lady Averona is a good one for mixing with these. I'm liking that a lot, Jesse. Let me
brown. It's the brown and was it the brown and silver legs with the green feet and green knee pads, the brown upper arms with the silver and green forearms and the green hands, the female soft goods tabard piece with the green and the copper sided what is that? That's not greaves. The side,
the bracers,
the hip armor.
The hip armor. Gotcha. The waist. Yeah.
Vembruses.
Sure.
So this is definitely going to be a more heavily armored character. I also have super weird lighting, so like I can't tell what pieces I'm picking up. Oh, why am I still big? No. What did I do? I didn't mean to make myself big.
There we go. He's like, I'm taking over. Look at me. I'm the captain now. Welcome to Art by Arnold. All right. Now, with the orc, I've got there's some armored heads, there's some helmeted ones. Let me just see if I can pull up the head slide. So there's some armored ones that are just like fully armored helmeted heads, which I could use, but I don't really like that. So if I want an actual like female orc head, I've got 3 options. I've got this one with kind of the half helmet, which let me put myself over, big of myself. So I've got this one with kind of the half helmet with the bottom of the face hanging out, and it's got the plug on the back for there's like a little I guess it's like a ponytail piece. So
Oh no.
and then there's this female orc head that, well, actually no, it is. I thought it was a whisperling for a second, but no, this female orc head with the horns off to the side. And then you have this one, which is one of my favorite heads in all of Mythic Legions. So I think I might have to go with this one because this one is pretty freaking cool. I love the design they did here on the side of her head. Pretty neat. This would work well for an alien, I think, too. I think would be cool. But
for sure.
Yeah. I think I might have to go with this one. But that being said, I've already used this on the ones that I did earlier. The one that I haven't used is this one with the horns. So maybe I'll do that. Let's take a look how that looks. Not bad, actually. Not bad at all. I wish, because they gave us this head with the horns, I wish we would have gotten some other options to put in the helmet, but we didn't get anything else. So that kind of stinks. But I mean, we're customizers. We have stuff now that we could use, but I think it would have been cool in this set to have a little something extra to pop in there.
Yeah, I think the curled horns would have been good, like the more ram horn looking ones.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see, what bracers do I want to use? And do I want to use 2 of the same, or do I want to switch? I think we will go with I think we're gonna go with the silvery ones because that'll match the shins. Just trying to bring that back together because she's got these silvery shins and then nothing else is really silvery. So I think I'm gonna throw the silver bracers on.
Oh, that's good.
But they are too hard to pop on, so I'm gonna drop them in the hot water. Now, while I do that, I bought a set not too long ago, and it was just somebody was selling some extra parts, and he had this set, which it basically is a Hera Serpentshire or certain Serpentspire. It's her armor, right? So it's the legs. Let's see, the lower legs, the bracers, the waist piece. But then on the torso, it's got like that snake, bra piece kind of thing. But
yeah,
but that is not her skin tone. So it looks like somebody at some point painted this with like a Caucasian skin tone because that is not her skin tone. But I did notice that this matches pretty closely with this female elf. And so I think I will be able to make a build with these extra parts. So I think I'm going to try to do that here in a bit when we get a little bit further into this. So just FYI, peoples.
And folks, just so you know, Curtis told me I was not allowed to bring any extra 2.0 parts to this, just what came in the box. And he's already pulling out like painted stuff, and
that is partially true.
Partially true.
That is partially true. I did say I initially wanted to try to keep it with just these sets, but as it got closer to the end, we would try to do some other things. But I brought that up really just to kind of mention that sometimes you'll see. I know Joe Suter does a lot of selling of just individual parts. But sometimes you'll see people selling like parts lots in like on the Cabal or whatever. And those can be really good just to kind of mix in with other figures later. Like when I bought those parts that I was just showing, I had no idea what I was going to use them for. But I think it'll work well with, what we're doing today. So sometimes if you see a good deal, just jump on it. You may use it later.
I finished my female knight, elven knight.
Yeah. Let's see what you got. Oh, that looks awesome.
So it's the female elf Templar, even if you will. She's got the green painted cross on her helmet.
Yeah.
The green pauldrons, the green accents on the armor.
You're moving it out of the camera.
The
There
big
you go.
elven shield. So I figured this would be, maybe she guards Artemis's royal chambers or like, a personal bodyguard or something. I don't know. I just really like, and she's a good offset to Artemis, because like she's got a lot more darker tones. And Artemis does have the brown, but she's got like the gold and the brighter greens and stuff. So this, I
like that a lot. I think I'm stealing that.
I think I need to get some more of these and make a couple of these. But you can also swap it with the, any of the silver helmets if you want. So you can make it so there's the 2 dark brown. They are at least the ones I have are slightly different colors of brown in the helmeted ones.
Right now I'm just checking Wolf King. There are still 4 of each orc left. And there are 2 of the male elf. $69, folks. Great deal. Need to hop on that.
Or you can have, if you wanted to do the exact same build, but just swap it out with the.
Oh yeah, I think I like the first one better, but that one's cool too.
Yeah, I don't think I've used this helmet on anybody at the moment, but I really like that look because it's got a little bit of the green on some of the details on the helmet there.
Let's see, what weapon am I gonna give this gal? She looks like maybe a mace gal. I could see that. Little mace on the armored side.
If you wanted to make her unhelmeted, your favorite female orc head would work on it.
Oh yeah, that's nice. The only thing I don't like about that head is it like sometimes catches on the back of the pauldrons to where it makes it look like she's looking downward. I really wish they would have thrown some daggers in this set too. Daggers would have been cool.
Oh yeah, the only one in this is the elven short sword that looks like a
right
gladius almost.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other 2 orc or the other orc heads don't really work, and the Salat helmet is too dark. This one is too dark for what the pieces are on that one. I mean, even the hooded heads would work because it has that dark green in the lower portion of the tabard part and the loin piece.
So I've got this build pretty much done, but I think I'm going to switch out one of her legs. I think because I like this like half armored look, and I think I'm going to go take out one of the bear legs and put in an armored one there. Maybe even, would that be silly to have one shoe? That would be kind of silly, right?
I mean, not necessarily.
Oh, that nice.
Could be very story based.
But I do think I want to give her one armored leg. So man, that is not wanting to come out. All right, back in the water you go. You don't want to come apart, you get waterboarded.
And of course, you could swap out for the smaller shield or the smaller swords, or lose the shield and use the elven axe with this build.
Yeah, people are liking your stuff. They're saying, Jesse, good build. Nice one, Jesse. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Will Jesse take over? I don't know.
We don't know. Dun, dun, dun,
No,
dun.
I won't take over.
You're taking over all the shows this weekend.
I think I'm gonna leave that one as is. I kind of like that. I'll have to super glue that piece back on, but
Which
really
one
dig
did you
that.
go with? The hooded helm head?
The original, the Templar Knight.
I like that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm definitely stealing that build.
I might have to do a custom head with it and have the helmet, you know, like under the arm or something. But
do you have like a story in your head for that character? Like what that look is?
So if I end up getting more of these to make multiple of them, there'll be like a you know, like the Queen's Guard or something like that, and maybe make you know, mix and match, you know, male and female similar builds, just you know, use a different male torso.
Yeah.
But the rest would be the same, different helmets maybe. But or this is you know, if I get a unique head for her, yeah, I'd probably make her some sort of like Zylona's flock, like a champion, you know, kind of like a Lancelot type character or something, you know, like I don't know. That's where I'm at with that at the moment.
I could see that.
I don't have any of the abdomens taken apart. Those to me are some of the hardest pieces to separate.
Yeah.
But
yeah, the only reason I did it is I did all that beforehand. Otherwise, I probably wouldn't be messing with them.
I do like how they mix and match. Like I did that on my Fuzzmonk Ranger for our D&D campaign that we play on every other Monday night on the Off-World channel. She's
Speaking
got
of which, if Trevor's still watching, we need to know if you're a go for Monday, because I think everybody else is. So, but yeah,
what do you call it? She's got the upper Artemis or Thrace, like the leather with the stitching down the middle, and then the Alithia lower abdomen where it's like the cloth wraps.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the character to kind of look like she just like pieced her stuff together where it wasn't, the colors are unified, but the designs aren't. At least that was my thought process.
Almost like she pickpocketed people along the way and kind of stole things and put her armor together.
No, she's just, you know, came
not
across
that anybody has ever seen her pickpocket or steal things, for sure. I mean, I
don't know if she's pickpocketed anybody in the campaign yet.
Oh, okay. I'm not sure if I like this one armored foot, but I'm going to go with it because I've never done it. I've never painted a blue duck. I wanted to see what a blue duck would look like.
I was waiting for that.
So.
Let's do it live.
Yeah. I'm okay with that. You got to talk to Joe about that. Joe's the only one that's like, every time we talk about doing it live, why would we do it live? What's the benefit? What do we get out of it doing it live? I don't know, Joe. It's just fun. Calm down.
I will say these are some of the tightest shoulder joints I think.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're in there for sure. All right. I don't know if this is cool or not. I can't tell, but this is what I'm going to go with. So she's got, armored on the one half, head to toe, and then the other half is more bare.
I like it.
I'm not sure the story or why she's armored on the one side and not the other. Maybe she's left-handed. She's normally going that direction. I don't know. Or maybe she's right-handed and she's swinging with that big flail. But she needs more movement on that side, so she can't have as much
Sure.
armor over there, so that she can get some good whipping action on the flail.
Yeah, it's kind of like in 300, when freaking what's his name?
Gerard Butler.
Yeah, who's the main guy? Well, I can't think of his name. Leonidas, where he's like, he takes off his helmet because his eyes were was blocking his vision, and it looks like he's like submitting to Xerxes, but he's really just clearing off all the extra stuff to get the ultimate shot.
He's just being a badass.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what she's doing. She's normally fully armored, but to really get this battle in, or maybe she's a gladiator. Nice.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to go with. I like it, and it's different than the other ones that I had already put together previously. So,
yeah
I think I'm going to go with that. Yes, Curtis, and no one has ever had a good answer for me. And, just sometimes people like to see it live. So, Joe said that he is a live hater. So. Eric Miller must be as well. He says your Joe. Oh no, their Joe must hate lives. Says your Joe hates live stuff too. So must be a Russo thing. Maybe it's a Joe thing. I don't know. Joes just aren't into lives. Masto Dante says she uses her armor side as her shield in combat. Yeah. Yeah, so she, blocks with her armored side, and then hits him with that flail over the head. I like it. Sure. I like it. Still not sure why she has one armored foot and one barefoot, but it, hey, it's cool. It doesn't have to make sense. Isn't that a D&D thing? The rule of cool.
It can be.
Yeah. So there you go. It looks cool, so it doesn't matter. All right. Now I'm going to do what I told Jesse that we weren't going to do, which is use other parts that aren't part of this set to build a figure.
Gasp.
Because I have never flip-flopped and changed my mind on anything ever. Did you hear Darla from across the room?
I did not.
She said, I think I choked her up on that one.
All right, let's see.
Okay. So I know I've got these like Hera green parts. So I've got that, and I've got this torso. So that's kind of where we're going to start with. I normally start at the bottom, but this time I'm starting at the top because I'm a freaking rebel. Joe says, yeah, my game's rule of cool is also referred to as cheating. Okay. All righty.
I like the rule of cool when you can make an argument for a mechanic to make it work, that the dice can be the final determination.
I don't know. I like that. Was it you that sent that video with the guys that like catapulted themselves over the castle wall?
Oh, the Bollywood
awesome.
Movie.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, they made like the human cannonball with all their shields.
Yeah. They pull down the tree, get on the tree, have it fling them over the thing. They all collectively come together with their shields and make one giant cannonball going over the wall. I mean, it sounds right to me. I don't know what's wrong with that.
All right, I've got my dual wielding fighter.
Very nice. Very nice.
So you could use, this. I had the shaved like full head version, but I like the helmet look because it matches the chest plate and the forearm gauntlets.
I forgot about that. Like curved. I don't know what's that weapon called?
Khopesh sword.
Yeah, I forgot that one's in there.
And then cool. I've got the bone sword on the back with the. So she's the real in close melee fighter. Maybe she's a little more heroic, but she keeps her gauntlet or her bracers as a memory of her, like her past or something. I don't know, because they're a little more jagged, or I could swap them out, but I don't feel like pulling those off right now.
That's cool.
But if I did, I would swap them for I don't know which arms. Probably the green ones. The green bracers.
Yeah. That works. Let's see. I think.
Or, since I'm still up there, there she is with the side shaved head.
That's cool.
And she's not wearing full upper body armor because where she is hot. So,
I think if you were going to go one pauldron with that head, though, it would be better to put the pauldron to the other side because the hair would sit better. But
that's why I used the other helmet, because I made her left-handed.
Ah, gotcha.
That's why she's got the armor on the right side. Or
Gotcha.
the pauldron, rather. All right. Well, that's 2.
I'm not sure if I have an abdomen here that I can make work with this top piece. Because this, I don't know that this, hold on. I don't know that this works. That looks kind of odd. So, and all the rest of them are armored ones. That's not bad, I guess. It's got that little green stripe down the middle. So maybe that'll work. We'll try that. And which loin piece?
See, now I've worked myself into a corner where, because I have the only set of legs I have left from these sets, because I haven't added any extra parts yet, is I now have bare legs or bare upper thighs and bare feet, which I could swap out. There is another set of feet in here.
Yeah.
But if I leave that bare upper torso on the one with basically the pants, that might be a weird look, but let's see if I can make it work.
Why didn't you just bring some extra parts?
Well, I was trying to see what I could do with what we had first. We've only been at this for an hour.
Darla's over there laughing on the corner because she said I'm exasperating.
I will say this: the part I wanted to bring a 4th figure, and I will grab it here eventually. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it because the colors aren't quite the same. But it's readily available through a lot of the retailers, is the Undead of Vikenfell. It's 2.0. You can give your elves or your orc characters some skeleton parts if you want to do that, or it's got the nice.
I've never opened one of those yet.
It's my favorite figure from that wave. I'm not insulting any of the other ones. I know Fisher Rice is up there for you, but I really love the details on that armor. Like, they've used this armor piece so many different ways, but the way that brown is painted just really sells the worn leather look of it.
Yeah, but I mean, my retort would be it's a 2.0 male. So
not necessarily.
Does it come with female parts in there too?
I don't know. I mean, not every female is, a C+ size bust.
I mean, aren't they though?
I don't think so.
In Legions? I think I need more.
Well, I mean, when there's only 5 different female busts, not only 5. I know there's more than 5, but
yeah. More coming though. Get those 1.0s in there.
Well, and we got a variety of new 2.0 ones coming as well. In the Rising Suns wave.
Yeah, Rising Suns has some 2.0 parts. Yep. I'm going on mute to heat gun real quick.
Okay. All right. So got some bare thighs. You know what? That's fine, right? Because you get the right shield, you get the right, there you go, you get the right waist piece, and the thighs will be protected. Lots of Romans didn't have armored thighs, right? They just had their skirts on and their slightly armored shins, if I remember my stuff. Somewhere out there, someone who knows a lot more about armor and history and the proper terminology is groaning and angry. It's probably my brother. There we go. Oh, just knocked that down.
All right. Hopefully that is warm enough. Let's find out. Hey, it popped out. It's that barbell peg that goes between the upper and lower part of the torso. Yeah. Not an easy one. Of course, then I got to get back in the other figure. Let's see. Looking for my R and L on the legs. Yeah, I'm gonna have to wait. Darla's getting me some more hot water. So Trevor says exactly, Jesse. Not sure what he's saying exactly on, but yeah.
I think because when I was talking about like not most female armor was not made like Xena's with sculpted breasts.
Gotcha. Oz says, hello, friends. Hello, Oz. Hope you have a nice clubhouse tonight. I should be able to jump on later. Have a little fun in the clubhouse. Now that Oz is back. Oz is back and you're gonna be in trouble.
Guess who's back? Guess who's back? Oh, I was going a different way with that one.
Yeah, we were going two different ways. I went old school. So, and did I lose? Oh, no. I thought I lost a bracer there for a second, but I did not. Go with these arms. These. What did used that one? Yeah, these will be good. See, I might want to switch out the elbow pad on this because I don't know that I like that green on the green color on this elbow pad. So I might switch that out. What other elbow pads we have? We got a dark metallic one. That might work. And then we've got a light silvery one. I switched out for that light silvery one. But if I did that, I would have to get some glue to pop it back in. We'll see. Says it will be a blast. And he liked both versions. Oh, he liked both versions of our song. That's awesome.
Oh, nice.
I mean, we're no Jeremy DeWitts, but, you know, we hold our own.
Well, I mean, you might.
Oh, okay.
There are many things I am not bad at. A few things I'm pretty decent at, but there's things I'm definitely not good at, and singing is one of them.
I don't know. I think that I'm decent at singing, but I really don't know. I'd like to get a little Legions Con karaoke going, or even a Mesquite Con karaoke would be kind of cool. See, you know, see how I do. See what people think.
I just saw Trevor's comment. Richard Jones is fuming because I was
saying because we're working on 2.0s.
That or because I was saying all the wrong names of parts.
I
Like the
kind of
armor.
figured because we're working on 2.0s, even though he says that he doesn't like 2.0s, and then he gives his list of like his favorite figures, and there's like 3 or 4 2.0s in his top 10. So
Yeah.
he's a silly goose.
And we all are.
Well, that's true. That is true. Those cheeky Euro lads are at it again. Here the Wolf King is going to be on PGG tonight. That'll be interesting.
What was that? Sorry.
The Wolf King will be on PGG tonight.
Oh yeah.
Doing a little Zolocon stuff. So
Yeah, and we don't know what version of Len's going to show up.
yeah, or if Boomer Thing might be there. So yeah, Rick, first off, I don't know that I would be singing Living on a Prayer, number one. Number two, I don't know that StreamYard YouTube would be the place where I'd want to test my vocal skills. So I think maybe after a few drinks at a con. Legions karaoke. Heck yeah. Dirk says, wait a minute, it's not Sunday evening. This isn't Shooting the Shelf. No.
You're right.
But if you run over to Wolf King Customs right now, you can get one of these deluxe sets that we're putting together, and you can tell them that Shooting the Shelf sent you. They'll give you an extra part.
And art by Ass Circuitman.
Exactly. Art by Arnold, because Jesse took over earlier.
Art by Arnoldman. I don't like that.
Art by Arnold, man. Is that I think I might have popped the wrong arm. Pop the left into the right, Jesse. We can't do that.
No.
That doesn't work. All right. What kind of pauldrons do I want? Let me pull up our pauldron list.
My coworker, when I was talking about stuff and parts and everything, I think I said pauldron like twice. And he's like, I don't know what that word is, but you've said it like a dozen times in the last 5 minutes. And now I overemphasize when I say shoulder pad, and he just like rolls his eyes at me.
I don't think I got a slide together with just the pauldrons. I got to pull up the big one. That's all right. Okay. What do we got there? We got a couple green ones, a more kind of aerodynamic. The other one's more ornate. Got a couple silvery ones, a dark metallic, and then a copper.
I think I dropped my shield handle.
Yeah.
So I've got another one, but the wooden shield was missing its handle.
I feel like
chicken tonight.
Yeah. No. Darla made meatloaf, which was fantastic. So I do not need chicken tonight or any night really. Not a big chicken fan.
I was just doing a song commercial.
Oh, okay. I think these pauldrons help bring the. Let me remove this. I think these pauldrons help bring the torso kind of colors back into play. So I think, yeah, I might go with that. But I also might switch up the loin piece. I wish there was like a silvery loin piece. Give us all this metal, but then the piece that we have no like metal looking loin piece.
Yeah,
I guess I could use.
Or you mean silver?
Yeah, like iron or silver or whatever. I guess I could use like the lower tabard part, even though I don't have the tabard part up top. There's a orangish, brownish one. I don't know what color you'd call that other tabard, the not green one. Would you call that orange or brown? Tan? I don't know.
Depending on who I'm talking to, I would say orange generally, unless I was talking to someone who I thought would understand if I said something like burnt orange or I don't know. All those funky color names. Orange works.
I watched that movie that you were recommending on. Yeah. Wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. I thought there were some really cool designs in that.
It felt very Pirates of the Caribbean for me. Like
some parts of it. Yeah.
Without giving anything away. Like
I can totally see that.
Yeah. Let's see. Dirks. Wait, hold on. We got a bunch of stuff in here. Oz says Legion's karaoke. I don't drink anymore, but wonder if I should just do it. Meatloaf, Paradise by the Dashboard Light. This is actually the kind that you eat, not the singer. Dirk says female orc is definitely the best bang for the buck. But all 4 sets are such good bundles for the price. Awesome weapons and the colored armor bits. Yeah, great sets. Still available on Wolf King Customs, with the exception of the female elf. She is not on there. And yeah, the female orc is 1 set of legs away from 2 full figures. It's awesome. Then Alan says, is painting the pieces a no? Lots of people ask how color matching on Legions. Not sure what you're asking there. No, you can definitely paint these figures. Right now we're just popping and swapping, but you can definitely paint these things. And some people color match a no. Oh, gotcha. No, yeah, you can definitely paint these things. We aren't right now. We're just trying to pop and swap and show the versatility of these sets. But yeah, we paint all the time. So Trevor says he did not care for the Gorge, except for Anya Taylor-Joy being in it. So yeah, well, there you go.
I guess some people just don't have a heart.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah,
it's not a female torso, because none of the female torsos I have left color wise go with this, but it's got like the 2 different bronze and brasses. It's got very much the.
I actually like that colors. With that upper torso. Like, I think that looks cool.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
And I didn't give her the plume because it's on the other one at the moment, but I have another one in my bins I can grab, but or a spike.
Gotcha, Jesse, with the extra plumes. Is it a plume or is it a ponytail? It didn't.
I think they're
like
plumes.
I know the other ones that are clearly plumes are plumes, but this one I couldn't. It almost looked like dreadnought or dreadlocks to me.
If they're taking the time to feed those through and pull those through a helmet like a needle, like they should not be going into battle.
Okay, all right. I think this one that I'm working on is actually coming out pretty good. I think you're gonna like this. I think this one might actually stay in the collection. All right. Got to look for my little L and R on here on these bracers because they look very similar, but come on. I might need to get the reader glasses out.
Yeah, so there's a plume off of, I don't remember what that's from. I don't know what that's from, but it's not the one from this set.
All right. I'm going to use these reader glasses, but these are not mine. These are Darla's. So everybody just be ready. These are not mine.
Purple Gang. We are at
all right.
On here it's the 1 hour 14:25 second mark.
Yeah. Oh, she just gave me mine. So
If you would have not said those weren't yours, I would not have thought otherwise.
Yeah, well, just wait till you see these cool ones. Now we're talking. I know. I'm a stud muffin. Did your mic cut out? Did you stop? Yeah.
No, I was lost for words, Curtis.
All right. What kind of hands are we gonna give this gal?
Yeah, so I did 3. That's pretty fun. And they're all ladies. Well, I mean, technically they're all ladies. One just doesn't have obvious chest.
She doesn't have the same attributes as the others.
Correct. Well, they all have different attributes.
Gotcha. Yeah.
One has no exposed face, one has ears showing, one has
that's
tusks,
totally what I meant for sure.
Doesn't I know. That's why I was going into detail.
I think I'm gonna give her this big sword. I don't think I've ever used this big one before.
The Zweihander sword?
The who what now?
Zweihander sword?
Okay. Is that what it's really called?
I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but that's what it is, yes.
And what's the whole point of the extra whatchamajigs across here?
That I don't know. I can
Okay.
find that out though real quick because I like looking stuff up, and I'm at a temporary standstill on swapping. Not that there aren't lots of things to do, just my brain is.
That feels like something that your brother would know. Ooh, you know what? I think I can get her with a two-handed pose with this.
So yeah, it's a two-handed sword. Oh, it literally means two-hander.
Oh, okay. Well, that
and
works.
they don't, I guess, according to the Wikipedia article, they don't necessarily have to have that extra piece in the middle. But let's see if there's a description of what that is. It's also called a Doppelhander.
Oh, which probably just means
a Beidhander, Beihander, or Beidenhander, which is all different ways of saying both hander.
Gotcha.
It's very much a German origin. Let's see. Okay, so they were larger versions of longswords. Later examples had the Pannerhaken parrying hooks at the top of the ricasso. So I'm assuming that's what those are, as well as side rings on the hilt.
All right. You ready for this?
Yes.
Here we go.
Ooh. I dig it.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Is that blue on there?
On the armor, yeah, there's some blue trim. So.
Is that from Miria?
Oh, you know what? No, it's not. No, this is the Hera one, but I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, it is like that. It does have the blue. So the only thing I think they painted on here was the skin tone, but it matches that head pretty nicely. So yeah. So there you go. I'm going with that one. So I've got.
Thank you, Rick. Rick Emmert. It's Zweihander. Zwei as in like eins, zwei, drei, 1, 2, 3, two hand. Okay.
Gotcha.
See?
Okay.
I like learning this stuff. Will I remember it? I don't know. What William Wallace has in the movie Braveheart, he uses a claymore sword, which is also a two-handed sword.
He likes freedom.
Well, in the movie he does.
Yeah. He doesn't like what they do at the end.
My oldest brother it's still my favorite movie of all time, but he's ruined it for me.
The old historical inaccuracies.
Yeah.
Dang
Nerd.
historians.
It's like I didn't watch this to be historically accurate. I watched it because it was an epic movie.
It's one of Darla's favorites.
Nice.
Is it your number one?
Me?
Yeah.
It's my number one standalone movie, yes.
Gotcha.
You don't like the way I do my lists, but
no, I don't care how you do your list.
I've got my top 10 plus 3, and then above that I have what I call my ultimates, which are like franchise movies that I think just are so epic. I don't want to give 3, 6, however many movies in that franchise. I don't want them to all take up my top 10 list.
Yeah.
So like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, How to Train Your Dragon, they're all above that for me.
What do you think about the live action How to Train Your Dragon so far? What you're seeing?
I like what I'm seeing. For the most part, they're only showing us stuff from the animated movie, and I've read stuff from the director saying it's not just a shot-for-shot recreation.
Gotcha.
So I'm cautiously optimistic. I think what I'm seeing looks good, but if it's just the original movie in live action form, like it might be great, but it's not going to land as good for me. That said, I did watch the latest Super Bowl trailer or whatever the other day, and like I was getting choked up just because I absolutely love those movies. So we'll see.
Awesome. Yeah, I when I went to go see Captain America, they had a trailer for that, and initially I wasn't too excited for it. Like when we first started talking about it on Offworld, whatever that was a couple months ago. But after seeing that newer trailer, it looks pretty dang good. Like the only thing that like there's something about that the main kid, the actor, that he a lot of times when he's in the shot, it doesn't look like a real person. Like it looks like he's a CGI person, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like something about his face. It looks like it's, AI generated. I know It's not, but he just looks like it. So
yeah.
But otherwise, I thought it looked really good.
Yeah, I think the quality of it looks really good. Like I think the quality of a lot of the Disney live actions look really good. They just they either don't live up to the animation, or the stuff they add just doesn't. Like I really liked the Aladdin one enough to where it feels like a different telling of the same story of the animated one, whereas the Beauty and the Beast I thought was horrible, and that's been one of my favorite animated movies since I saw it. And I just don't care for the live action one like at all.
Now I haven't watched a lot of the Disney live action stuff. Are they mostly pretty much just a shot for shot kind of remake, but in live action? Is that what they
might not be exactly shot for shot. Lion King mostly feels like it. They did add some new things and switch some things around, but as the thing I like that one, some of the technology impressed me, but the movie itself just didn't hit me as hard as the animated one. Maybe it's because I'm older and I'm so familiar with it. There could be some personal issues for sure, but I thought Cinderella was pretty good that they did with. That was one of the first ones they redid in the live action, but like it was very much its own version of that story, even though it had a lot of similar elements. But I feel like I didn't bother watching Little Mermaid, just because I'm so burnt out on the Disney live action ones. But Beauty and the Beast is very meh. Lion King's okay. What are some of the other ones? I did like Pete's Dragon.
Captain America. Ooh. I liked the movie. I thought the ending was a little weak, but I thought the movie itself was enjoyable. I really enjoyed myself throughout it. So
I agree. I'd give it a solid like 7.5, 8 out of 10.
I'm right about the same. Andy says, "Is Gerard Butler still the dad?" It sounded like I'm pretty sure it is, and he looked great. So
he's one of the few people that is getting to come back as his character.
And I mean,
so yeah,
just from the little bit that we saw in the trailer, like he looked pretty freaking awesome as a Viking. So
yeah. Dusty, I'm glad you like both. There are parts of the live action I like, but I don't. I'm not trying to tear a movie down after you just said you really like it, but I didn't think Emma Watson's singing was that great. I thought the Beast was too pretty.
That's what people say about me.
The Beast was too pretty.
Mm-hmm. I did like Red Hulk as a brute. He was always smart in the comics. See, that's the benefit that I think I've always had when it comes to the MCU is that I didn't read any of the Marvel comics. I was a DC kid growing up. So I don't have to be uber critical of whatever I see on screen because I can just take it for what it is. Whereas when I watch the DC stuff, it's completely like that. Like I will see it and I'm like, no, they wouldn't do that. Like the whole, I know some people love Henry Cavill as Superman. And I think as Superman, he looks great. I think as Clark Kent, he's fucking terrible. But like Superman doesn't kill. Like he just doesn't kill. He wouldn't do that. So like that whole thing just totally ruined it for me. So I think sometimes with these properties, it's better if you don't have the history going in and you can just appreciate it for what it is.
I don't know enough about Red Hulk. I wasn't reading those books enough to have followed it. Without spoiling the movie, like, I mean, I do wish they had somehow been able to contain that was part of the movie. Just because I feel like that was because of the way the movie plays out, like that would have been a nice thing to have as a reveal in the movie and not knowing it going into it.
That Ross was the Red Hulk.
Well, I mean, I know in the comics, but like not knowing the Red Hulk was going to show up, like the fact that they used it. I don't know if it got leaked or it got spoiled ahead of time, so they just leaned into it. Like, well, we've got to advertise it since it's out there. But
yeah, because then you're sitting there the whole movie, like, when's this going to happen, kind of thing.
Yeah,
I could see that.
First two comics were Death of Superman and Spawn #1.
Very nice. Yeah, I meant to go and look in my collection this weekend. I might try to do that tomorrow. I was just cruising through Instagram looking for shelf selections for tomorrow night. And I saw a cover of a Superman comic that I had, like one of my earlier ones that I had as a kid. And I was like, oh man, I think I still got that in the garage. And like, now I just want to like go and dig it out and read it. Cause I vividly remember the cover, but I can't remember what the story was. So yeah, I want to go do that tomorrow and see if I can find that. That'd be cool.
Nice. Yeah. The Doomsday fight was not great. Or the thing that they called Doomsday.
Yeah, that was not Doomsday.
That was not Doomsday.
Yeah,
I know. I didn't read those comics growing up, but I know enough about it to know that was not Doomsday.
Yeah, what it was fucking terrible. That's what it was.
Yeah,
it was just awful. It's like that McFarlane Doomsday that I repainted. It was not good. It needed some reworking. So.
Oh, for sure.
Let's see. And I love Superman, but I also read the comics and the Death of Superman series. So, yeah. Yeah, like I said, I think if you have history with that property, I think you just go in with preconceived notions of what you expect it to be. And if they do something different, then it's just, I don't know, not good. I think that's what's happened recently. I think with a lot of the Star Wars franchise is just that, people have certain things that they want it to be, certain things that they're expecting. And when it's not that, they just lose their minds. So
I'll agree that I think with Star Wars though, like I'm not like I like Star Wars. I like pretty much everything that's come out for Star Wars. Some of it obviously not as much as others, but some of the stuff has a really good idea and then just really poor overall storytelling. I think like there's parts of the Acolyte I absolutely love, and it's not just like the cool like dude bro like, oh yeah, let's see the dark side stuff. It's not like just like that. And I'm not just picking on that show. I just know because it got a lot of negative buzz. I overall enjoyed that show, but I think there were a lot of things that like made it not feel as fully developed as it could have been. And I don't know.
Rob says he has been talking about Superman. He's been known to kill as a last resort when he feels there's absolutely no other option. There's been a few issues where that's happened. So saying that he doesn't kill isn't actually accurate. He didn't kill when I was a kid. Now, I don't know. I haven't read Superman comics in the last, 10 plus years. So yeah, maybe since then. But when I was a kid, that wouldn't have flew. So, but like I said, I'm just going off of my knowledge of that character and my perception of that character, and growing up with not only the comics but also Christopher Reeve. Like, can you imagine Christopher Reeve Superman killing somebody like that? That wouldn't happen. So
yeah.
So for me to go in there and see that, it's like, yeah, this isn't my Superman. It may be a version of Superman, and maybe it does exist in certain comics, but it's not my Superman. So cool. He points out one from '88 that I must have either been done by or must have missed or must have seen. I don't know. Apparently he killed somebody in '88. So there you go. I never have seen it. I never experienced that. That's not anything that I would expect from Superman. Plus, I just felt like that whole movie, it was just very out of character. Like, there's all this fighting going on and just mass destruction. Never once did he seem like he cared about the folks. Like you watch Superman 2, right? And Zod and all his cronies come there and they're like destroying stuff and everything. And like Superman's just completely worried about the people, like so much so that he has to like trick them to like drag them away and stuff. And he ends up leaving the fight because he doesn't want these people getting hurt. In that movie, it's like he didn't even care. So whatever. Zod and his two minions. Yeah, his cronies, Yeah. Yeah. I definitely liked his Zod and the other two in Superman 2 better than I did in the newer one as well. So
didn't we all kill someone in '88? It was that kind of year. I don't know, Trevor. I was 7 to 8 years old in '88, or no, 8 to 9 years old. I don't think I ended anyone's life in that year.
Joe says DC is rebooted to their universe so often that Superman doesn't know who he is anymore. That's true too.
That's true too.
Yeah. How many different crises have they had?
I'll say this. I know I'm not disagreeing with you, Curtis. I could have gotten on board with what happened in Man of Steel because the whole reason they showed that he finally did it was because there was a family that Zod was about to cut down with his heat vision, right?
Yeah.
Right. There's this family backed in the corner. He's turning his head. There could have been a couple of ways he could have gotten out of it, but they never show that family again afterwards. So like we see them in trouble. Superman kills Zod and Lois comes up and kisses him. And they never address the family. Like the family, you don't get to see the little, like if they would have had the little boy or the girl or someone come over and be like, or the dad, like, thank you, like,
yeah,
it's something like that to give like they do in the Spider-Man movies and stuff. They've had those moments where Spider-Man gets to connect with the little kids. I feel like that would have been something to like give him something to ground onto besides Lois. But I think that was Snyder's whole point is Lois is the only thing that makes Clark feel like a human, and I can't stand that concept.
And it just felt like there wasn't a lot of heart to it. Like even though that occurred, it's like, I don't know, that portrayal of Superman just did not feel like it had the heart of other versions that I've seen, whether it's the animated series, the Christopher Reeves version, what I've seen in the comics, like the whole time, I don't know, just didn't seem like the heart was there. Just felt off.
No,
So
I
and
agree.
If people like it, that's great. I mean, listen, I know there's those Snyderverse fans out there that when they see anything that's not Snyder, it's like it was the worst shit in the world. It's terrible, and whatever. And that's cool. More power to them. But that's not for me. So,
look, and I know I don't think I'm being glib or I don't care about this stuff. But Superman's not a guy I'm as attached to as you are.
yeah.
But you bet your bippy whenever they do a new X-Men movie or whenever they reintroduce Rogue into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I am going to be super judgmental if they don't get her close to what I think she should be.
As long as they bring her in and have her kill Captain Marvel right off the bat, I'd be good. So
she never does that.
Take her powers and kill her.
She nearly kills Carol Danvers, Ms. Marvel.
Yeah.
But she never kills Captain Marvel. That's
cool. Fantastic Four is one that once again, I never really paid attention to. So I think it allows me to kind of I think that one looks kind of cool. I like the whole that it's in a different time. Like it's, earlier kind of technology and stuff. And it's like, I don't know, it's earlier, but it still feels like they've got like some interesting technology. It's weird. I don't know how to describe that. Like futurist 60s sci-fi or something. Like it's
yeah, I mean, there are characters that came out in the 60s, and I feel like at least establishing them in a version of the 60s is the right move. Like I feel like they're very much tied to their era. That is what so yeah, I'm intrigued to see what they do with it. I think the trailer looks pretty good. And Dusty, I know I have seen Brightburn.
Yeah. I think Rob just wants to fight tonight. He said the same thing about people that say, yeah, anybody that says that this version is the only version and everybody else is wrong, anybody that feels like everybody should agree with them, and if they don't, they're wrong, is incorrect. Like we can have different opinions. So for sure.
And most of the time when Curtis and I do that on a show, we're just playing into our own stereotypes.
Exactly.
Unless we're right.
Which happens not very often. So DC dropped the ball with that movie trying to catch up to Marvel, which I did feel like they were rushing to try to get to some sort of Justice League thing, and it was just not good. They could have definitely taken more time to build up those characters. So, but I did like Brightburn. It was creepy as fuck, but I liked it.
I like it. I saw someone say that was like the best version of Superman ever, and I was like, I don't agree with that at all. There's nothing Superman about that to what I believe the ideals of Superman as a character are, but I liked the twist of it. I don't think I need to go back to that world. Just like The Boys, I know a lot of people love The Boys, and I'm not trying to pick a fight, but I watched the first 3 seasons, and I think I'm done. I grew uninterested in the story. That's me. Again, not saying it's bad. It's just not for me anymore.
I've watched all of The Boys. Like it got to the point where I was almost kind of like just hate watching at the end, but I initially really liked it and just felt like as each season went a little bit further along, that they were doing more stuff for just shock value. And I was like, I don't need that. Like I'm here for the story. I'm here for the characters, not the, exploding penises and whatnot. So, yeah.
For that, you can go watch True Facts About Ducks on YouTube.
Anytime that you can promote that video, right?
Hey, Zay Frank has a lot of great stuff. A lot of it's funny and humorous, but he's got a couple things that are actually heartfelt and good.
Is he the one that did the teddy bear thing too?
He did the voiceover. I don't know. I think
Okay.
that was for College Humor or one of those other, like some other channel. It wasn't his own thing, but that was him.
Gotcha.
Banshees. I'm not familiar with Banshees, Rob.
Banshees.
I mean, the concept of Banshees, not a show or a movie called Banshees.
Nope, don't know that one.
I do like Invincible.
I have not seen the full this past season. I watched like the first few episodes, and then I don't know. I got to get back to it, but I was finding myself. I was watching it late at night, and I was finding myself falling asleep each time I would watch it. So,
oh gosh, okay,
yeah. I'm trying to finish this one last build. So.
Gotcha. I'm sorry, I ran out of idea. I really like what I did, and I ran out of wanting to pull them back apart.
That's cool.
I'm sorry.
I'm trying to create one last character that doesn't use any of the same heads of the ones that I've already used. So kind of struggling with that, but I will get it.
So Banshee was a 2013 to 16 show with Anthony Starr, who plays Homelander. A recently paroled master thief assumes the identity of Sheriff Lucas Hood in Banshee, PA, where his former lover and partner in crime relocated years ago and reinvented herself as Carrie Hopwell, the wife of the town's prosecutor. Okay. Sounds intriguing.
Okay, that's working. Just got to throw some bracers on here, and I think this one will be done.
Cool.
Even got the weapons already ready. So,
yeah, Invincible. I'm caught up on the current season. I'm caught up on Severance. I watched the mini series on Netflix. What's it called? 0 Day with Al Pacino. That was pretty cool.
I'm watching Battlestar Galactica right now after talking about it with Len.
Oh, cool.
I'm really enjoying it. So, have you ever seen that?
I've seen the first couple episodes of the remake, which I'm assuming is the one you're watching.
Yeah, I mean, I know there was like one season back in like 78, I think. And then there was there was a mini series that led into like this other series that's like 4 seasons long, I think. The mini series is really good. Like if you haven't checked out the mini series is awesome. And then it leads right into season 1. I think it was done in the same year, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
I think I started with the mini series. I only watched like an episode or 2.
My water's not warming up, and I only need it for bracers, so I'm not gonna ask Darla for more water. So I'm doing the heat gun, putting myself on mute for a minute.
Oh, right. Sorry, you're muting, so I need to keep talking. Sorry. Yes, Battlestar Galactica. I like Deadpool. He's not one of my favorite characters, but I enjoy those movies. I think they're entertaining. I definitely like comics. I think it's just, there's a lot of different flavors for people. I mean, The Boys was a comic book. I think there's people just like different levels of stuff, different tastes, different ages. You just we have all, Curtis likes what he likes. I like what I like. Sometimes those things line up. Sometimes they don't. I got to remember to look at this screen over here, not this screen over here, because this Curtis is done, but this Curtis isn't, because I'm watching.
Damn Curtis's. You got double Curtis. Poor Jesse. My goodness.
Well, it also means I have double Jesse and double Kevin, but
yeah. Oh, who would want to have a little double Curtis? Oh, you know what? I haven't used this thing yet. I should use that. That thing's
I like
cool.
that weapon.
I don't know what this one's called either. Is it just an axe, or is it
I
some sort
think
of?
they call that the elven axe or the elvish axe.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's inspired by something in real life, but I'm sure it looks
Gotcha. Well, I'm just gonna get this in our hands, and this thing we will be set.
because I think that in real life would be a very impractical weapon to wield.
Really? I mean, it's got enough space cut out of it that it looks like it would be, you'd be able to wield it, especially as a two-handed weapon.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a two-handed weapon. I just think, the shape of that blade would just, the way it hooks so far down the handle, I just don't think it would.
Feels like it would be a good executioner's axe.
Yeah, it'd be really freaking heavy.
All right.
I don't know.
I had to steal this helmet, which was going to go on the one that you created at the beginning to copy yours, but
Oh, nice.
let me embiggen myself here. There we go. So
that looks good.
Yep. And now I got another female orc. So that means I've now got, out of these packs, I got 4 female orcs. So I got this gal. I've got this one that I already had, the double-bladed weapon. I've got this one that I created today with the kind of half armor on the one side, gladiatorial kind of one. I got this one that I already had. So those are all from those sets. And then I've got the female elf that I showed earlier. This is what I had done previously. And then the one that I did today with those Hera parts is here with the double sword, which I really like this a lot. Yeah, that one. That one I'm really excited. I had no idea what I was going to use this armor for, but I really like this. So, then let me throw you up here. Yeah, let's see what Jesse's got.
So I got my 3. I've got this kind of fighter infantry, I guess, orc lady.
Very cool.
She's got the shield down low because she's got her exposed thighs. Got my melee up close fighter.
Very nice.
With the flail, the khopesh, and the jagged bone sword. And then my favorite one of the evening, I guess it could be an orc, orc elf, whatever, female guard or knight.
I really like that one. I'm definitely stealing that.
I mean, you can make it. Please don't take mine.
I'm stealing the idea of that swap. Awesome. Well, I will. I'll do a post with some of the pictures of mine, and then Jesse, if at some point you want to throw yours together in a post, would be great. Just to kind of show people what is able to be made. Let me refresh the Wolf King site and see. It looks like there's only one male elf builder left. So if you want the male elf, there's only one left right now. Remember, that comes with an extra head. There are only 3 of the female orcs left. And the male orc, which is the 1.0 that we didn't talk about tonight, there's still 4 of that one. And then if you want the female elf, which is not available on Wolf King, you can get that on Big Bad Toy Store for $5 more. Don't get the extra part, but that is available. And then I believe Trevor was saying earlier that he's got some as well. I don't know how many he's got, but it sounds like maybe there's a post in the Cabal. If you don't see it, you can just reach out to Trevor directly, and he'll let you know what he's got available, and you can go from there. But these are great sets. 2.0s. I know sometimes 2.0s get a bad rap, especially with the small feet, the ankles, whatnot. But they're really cool. I think that the females play a huge part of this line. And so anytime that I can use these parts to build out more females, I'm going to. And as much as shit as I give the 2.0 elf male, it's, Xylonis Flock is a very popular faction, and it's hard to get some of those male elves in any other form or fashion without spending a bunch of money. So this is, if you did want a male elf for your collection, this is a pretty affordable way to do that. So yeah, I had fun. What about you, Jesse? You have fun?
Oh, absolutely. I will throw one thing there. If you want to, maybe skeletonize these figures up, the Undead of Vikenfell, you can just swap out the bone parts for any of the, the arms, limbs, different things. Or, there's the colors don't necessarily match between the three, but you could probably pull some things together that worked. I didn't do any of those just because I don't think the colors would have showed up right on screen. But yeah, these are great sets. So yeah, definitely go grab a couple of these before these gone, because these, as far as I know, once they're gone, they're gone. Now, someone might have some in a warehouse somewhere, but like there's no reissuing of these, at least in this format that we know of.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think you'll ever see them on Source Horsemen, because they were part of that Kickstarter. Like I said, I know Big Bad Toy Store has some. I don't know how many they've got. We got a handful left at Wolf King. And then you may see people selling them here and there, but these are great. There's a lot of parts in here. Like even after these figures, like we've built all these figures, I still have like 10 extra heads, like 6 neck pegs, a couple more torsos, 4 more torsos, 3 or 4 more waist pieces. Like I still have a crap ton of parts after building 3 full figures.
Oh, for sure.
So yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 full torsos, 1 with the arms, 3 torsos. Yeah. Whatever you just said, I have the same, because we use the same parts.
Yeah. Joe says he had so much fun putting those figures together. Just a good time in a box. Yeah, absolutely. It's just like a fun little thing to just play around with and see what you can come up with. So I'll make a post with my builds. Jesse's going to make a post with his. If you guys end up getting some of these, or you already have some at home, maybe you dig them out of the closet and start playing around with them, tag us in your post. We'd love to see what you come up with. But yeah, these things are meant to be played with. These things are modular, and yeah, just have a good time with your toys. So
yeah. And I'm sorry, Maverick, I thought that was going to show up as my name. I typed on the wrong screen. Dove Daily Moisture shampoo and conditioner, separate products. That's what I use for my shampoo.
Very nice. Now the people know. So
yes. And Dusty, I have seen Sleepy Hollow, the movie. I have not watched the show.
Is there a show?
There was a show.
Okay.
A couple of seasons. Yeah. I guess it's like in modern times. Yeah, it's like a detective show or something.
All right. Anything else you want to leave the folks with as far as either 2.0 figures or popping and swapping in general?
So yeah, like tonight we were just showing what you could do with pop and swap without having to paint anything. So if you're not comfortable painting, I think that was part of the point we were trying to make with these, is like you can do a lot of different things with these 3 sets just straight out of the box. And if you get the ones without the extra head, you just have 1 less head option. But you only have so many figures or bodies to put the heads on. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. There are lots of versatility as they are. Or you could even do a trade post. Like if you have a bunch of parts and you want to trade, like it's a great way to build up a fodder for trades, future pop and swaps, or future customs down the road. So yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks for inviting me along, Curtis.
Absolutely. It was a blast. So folks, hope you enjoyed this. Make sure that you're playing with your toys. Make sure you're having fun. And until next time, folks, keep creating.